What's going on, guys? Happy Saturday. Hope you all have had a great week. I hope your weekend is off to a good yet relaxing start. You work hard during the week, so take some time for yourself. Welcome to another episode of What's on Tap. Little announcement, I finally decided to move this to YouTube now because, as many of you know, I've been filming and recording this and putting it on Instagram, but Instagram's been messing with my emotions as of late, and they take forever to post the video, and I just want the best content out there possible. Um, so I decided to bring it to YouTube, where I thought it'd be more efficient and more accessible to so many people. If you've been following along from the get go, welcome back. Thank you for always supporting and tuning in. And if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe. And you're probably wondering, what's this series all about? I can gladly explain. This is where I look ahead to what's catching my eye on the schedule for football. Usually on Saturdays, I break down what is really grabbing my attention on the schedule for the day. And then on Sundays, when I record What's on Tap, I look back at what caught my eye the day before in football. Then I look ahead to what's on the schedule. So, with that being said, let's dive right in. Excuse me. Maryland, Michigan, both teams are 3-0. Michigan has scored 50 points in all three of their games so far. I really like how they're moving the ball. I really like how Jim Harbaugh handled this quarterback situation. Maybe McCarthy was the guy to help lead this team. The defense is still elite and still efficient. I still think Michigan are one of the top three teams in the country right now. They're doing it on both sides. They're well coached, and they're even doing it on special teams as well. Texas Tech, Quinn Ewers, excuse me, I believe is expected to suit up today. I remember a few weeks ago against the Alabama Crimson Tide, he suffered that injury to his collarbone, and he's been out. He comes back today. That kid reminds me so much of Phillip Rivers. It's not even funny. It's the release, how he throws the ball. He even has some of those mannerisms like the future Pro Football Hall of Famer did when he played. Texas Tech, they're going to keep this game interesting. I expect fireworks in this game, a lot of scoring. Um, First conference game for both these teams. Oregon, Washington State. Washington State has that big win over Wisconsin and Oregon. They've looked great these last 2 weeks. Huge win on the road last week against huge win at home against the BYU Cougars. They continued their winning streak. Bo Nix, 5 touchdowns in his last 2 games. That's a total of 10 touchdowns. And Oregon's running the football, and that defense is slowly but surely starting to come together. This is why they hired Dan Lanning. Big one tonight, Arkansas, Texas A&M. Texas A&M to me saved their season, and like I said to Israel Rivera on College Football Showdown yesterday, I do not like using that term so early on in the year, but that was definitely a win that saved their season last week against the Miami Hurricanes. Jimbo made the decision to bench Haynes King and start Max Johnson, the left-hander who transferred over from LSU. Defensively, they did a great job in keeping Tyler Van Dyke in that prolific Miami offense out the end zone. Play with that bend but don't break mentality. You can throw it on us, you can run it on us, but once we get into that red zone, 20 yards within down the field, we're going to stop you. Yeah, tonight, one that I preview on the website, Wisconsin, Ohio State. Wisconsin's coming in with a pretty good tandem of running backs. However, they're going to be without a couple of guys on both sides of the ball due to the injury bug. And I got to give Ohio State credit because that offense is starting to come together, and they've still been able to put numbers up without Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think he's their best overall player. Ohio State's run defense has also improved significantly throughout this year compared to last year, and this is why they hired Jim Knowles. Kansas State, Oklahoma. This is always a tough game for the Oklahoma Sooners. I really like what I'm seeing from them. They're balanced. Didn't see that on the Lincoln Riley. They're running the ball. Dylan Gabriel's taking care of the ball. And defensively, they're improved and they're getting off the field. Like, this is going to be a tough out down the stretch. Then, two more that I previewed on the site this morning. Clemson, Wake Forest. Contrasting styles. Can't wait to see this Clemson defense against that Wake Forest offense and Sam Hartman, who I think is the best quarterback in the ACC. Really like him. Really think he's going to be something at the next level in the National Football League. And then the main one preview is coming today. Florida, Tennessee. My first time ever getting the chance to preview this rivalry. Interesting quarterback matchup between Anthony Richardson, who's really struggled the last couple of games, and Hendon Hooker. This is going to be my first time getting a chance to watch him. With that being said, this is it for today's edition of What's on Tap. Thank you guys for tuning in. How can you keep up with me? Log on to the website, which is thedailyblitz.blog. Follow us on Twitter at dailyblitz_61. Like the Facebook fan page, facebook.com/thedailyblitz. And follow us on Instagram, which is at thedailyblitz_61. Keep up with me on the airwaves every Monday Evening Quarterback, my official podcast coming up, and I know I'll have a lot to talk about. Right after that, you can catch me on a Prime with David Hoffman, Israel Rivera, TJ Hopkins, and Matt James every Monday night and Tuesday night. Wednesday nights, you can catch me on the Nerd Zone with Ronnie Coomp, John Danzo, Christopher Lawrence, and Ryan Shaw. Every Friday, you can catch me on College Football Showdown with Israel Rivera, Matt James, and then you can catch me on the Sports Cubicle with Paul Shivari, Michael Angelo Mercado, and Devin Tingle on WCPT 8:20 a.m. in Chicago. If you need the links to check me out and to listen to me, let me know, and I will gladly send it to you without any hesitation. Enjoy the games. Continue to send me your football questions.